precisely 5 horses from the Aidan O'Brien stable. So he's currently the highest rated on Racing Post ratings of our 2-year-old colts over 7 furlongs to the tune of £4. So at that distance, he looks to be the most exciting prospect. They've already mentioned the Dewhurst for him, which is the big Group 1 over 7 furlongs at the end of the year, which is a real pointer towards the 2,000 guineas next year. So we want to see him perform well and win well here.
That horse Sunway, a little bit of support for him just before the off. Remember, you've still got time to get your ITV7 entry in today. Try and win £50,000. What a day this promises to be. It all starts with the champagne. Richard.
So last one forward for the Betfred Champagne Stakes Group 2, 7 furlongs, 5 2-year-olds. They're all in, and they all jump out in what appeared to be a really good line. On the outside, Sean Levy was anxious to restrain Rosallion, just looking for a little bit of cover early on, provided by Sunway in yellow and white, who shares the early running with Mountain Bear. They're being followed by Iberian in the maroon and yellow. Rosallion still just looking for a little bit of cover behind Mountain Bear. It's not immediately forthcoming, now just dropping into that line, and Power Mode at the back. So out in the lead, it is Sunway under Oisin Murphy, who leads the field through the first quarter mile. Mountain Bear in second, Rosallion races in third. Iberian, the one that's slightly out of line, just to the right-hand side, the maroon with the yellow cap, and Power Mode is still held up at the back of the field as they race down past the halfway stage in the Betfred Champagne Stakes. Sunway it is who has the advantage, still heading up the centre to stand side of the racecourse. Mountain Bear in second, Rosallion still sitting quietly in third place. Iberian is alongside, then Power Mode. Sunway tries to kick off the front end, winds it up within second. Mountain Bear, Rosallion and Iberian now move into challenging positions, but are yet to get to Sunway, who has the advantage with a furlong and a half to go. Iberian over on the far side. Rosallion is now asked to knuckle down, and the three of them are just about in line. Iberian over on the far side. Sunway battling on well. Rosallion's bubble bursts as they go inside the final 150 yards, and it's Iberian who'll win the Betfred Champagne. Iberian beating Sunway, Rosallion only third, Mountain Bear is fourth, and Power Mode was left behind when the taps were turned on. Iberian. But Tom Marquand and Charlie Hills, Team Valley Racing and Valley Lynch Stud has won, running down Sunway. Rosallion, little keen early, but came there with every chance at the furlong pole and faded out of contention to finish in third place after being weak in the market. Mountain Bear ran a sort of Mountain Bear race really, and finishing close to some good horses, but not quite good enough to beat them. Iberian was 2 out of 3. Tom Marquand for Charlie Hills win the Betfred Champagne.
For Tom Marquand, who rides Desert Hero, of course, in the big one, the Betfred St Ledger at 3:35. Here winning in the colours of Team Valley and the Ballylynch Stud for trainer Charlie Hills. Adele, first impression?
First impression was, I think he handled the ground a lot better than Rosallion, and I think he showed it because he's able to have a turn of foot, which is what you need when the ground is quite holding. And I thought, to be honest with you, I don't think there was any hard luck stories. I think everyone got a fair crack of the whip, and I think he was the one that handled the ground, and I think that was his, he got a chance to show his true abilities today.
Just in the early stages, they were all, jockeying for a bit of position, and Sean Levy managed to get in. He ended up getting caught out on a wing. This is Charlie. Not much. Oh, yes. At least the son's a little bit excited. Dad, very, very calm with the success there. Pretty much like his old man, who used to dominate here at Doncaster. But, the early stages, Tom was out on a wing, so we can upgrade the performance.
Yeah, because he didn't get any cover, did he, on the right and Iberian. I thought Oisin Murphy rode quite a clever race on Sunway in front. I don't think the early fractionals were that quick, and he really put them to the sword the last 3 furlongs, I suppose. I had Rosallion really trying to go through the gears, but it was Iberian who knuckled down the best, and we can see them here coming past us in the final furlong, and I love the way he stuck his nose out and really, really wanted it.
Well, here's Charlie Hills. His old man won this with some good horses. You'll remember back in the day, Shaw Blade and Distant Music. This looks a proper animal, Charlie.
Yeah, his work has been really impressive at home leading up to this race. But you always just want to see him put it on the track, and I think he did that today. He was very professional. He travelled really well through the race, and he's got such a good turn of foot as well. And he's a very exciting horse to have in the yard.
Did you feel at Goodwood that he learnt a lot, and he was given plenty to do that day, and probably in a more sort of conventional race where he's ridden a little bit closer to the speed, he could show us more?
You know, he was drawn one. I think William, did the right thing just to try and teach the horse to race properly. Probably got a little bit far out of our racing ground, but that day he probably did learn a lot thanks to William.
And presumably now you train him as a 2,000 guineas contender, don't you?
Yeah, look, obviously we'll have we're probably aiming for the Dewhurst, and then absolutely, why not?
Big day for you. We're going to speak to the winning jockey. Big day for Tom Marquand.
Just down with Tom Marquand, and Tom, that could be a good sign for things to come later on this afternoon. But first of all, this horse, there's not a lot of him when you look at him against some of the other 2-year-olds he was running against there, but he did that very impressively.
Did, yeah. Look, that was a mighty performance, and it was a modelling race for me because I rode him the other day at home, and he has a real good turn of foot, and with the lack of pace, I wanted to make sure I was on the back of the right horse or getting dragged by the right horse, but at the same time not too far out of the ground, because it's tough to make up lengths. But he was great. He switched off beautifully, and obviously that turn of foot to go and kill the race at the furlong pole was it was pretty magnificent. So look, he's obviously a horse that's only having his third start, so you'd like to think there's still a bit more to come.
Well, speaking of more to come, Chaldean won this last year on his way to the Guineas. We hear this could be Charlie Hills' Guineas horse. What would you think of him for that prospect?
Yeah, look, absolutely. The way he went and saw out that last furlong leaves that extra furlong pretty much without question. Obviously great to have found another good horse for the connections, because we've been pretty lucky in the past.
Well, hopefully you'll be lucky a little bit later on Desert Hero. Well done, Tom. Well done.
And the winner led in here by Damien Liebeck-Harris. Well done to him. Had a quick word with Sean Levy. He says it was the ground to blame for the disappointing performance from the favourite. As he gets a winning reception here, Mountain Bear, Francesca, wasn't too far off the scene there. I don't think we've seen anything there really to terrify Danny Doyle battalions, have we?
I don't know. You think you're not overly impressed by the winning performance from Iberian, but I think the fact that it was only his third start on a race course, I thought he's come through the grades nicely. Won on debut, second to an experienced rival in Hartham at Goodwood, and then this time he's improved again. So I don't see anything that says he won't keep improving. He's earning quotes of about 6-1 for the Dewhurst. I think he'll serve it up to City of Troy.
Yeah, 6 and 8-1 for the Dewhurst, between 16 and 25 for the Kipco 2,000 guineas next May. Iberian won today at 3-1. Sunway in second. The favourite was on the drift through the day, beaten into third.